Alright, for the last few months, I've been tracking updates about Comet 3i Atlas, as has everybody else, unless you've been living under a vacuum, in a vacuum, whatever you've been doing. I've got three things to raise, 3 points. Number one, I've looked at the publications on the comet and have analysed the data about the luminosity and colour of Comet 3i Atlas. Number two, I've noticed that music in the form of urban and contemporary rap music genres can be extracted from the dataset I was looking at. Number three, I started to write this music down using modern studio software, and well, here we are.
Life, life. So, um, going on from the Free Eye Atlas and the ideas I got from that, at last, at last I got some ideas that can set off tangents in me. So, having looked at the Free Eye data for luminosity and lumens, whatever they call them, and and brightness, I can extend that idea, that pattern recognition aspect of things, to other things, to other series. Like the most important series to all of mankind is your age. Your age is the most important series, yeah? So if your age has patterns in it, that should be interesting. It should be a topic of interest for every human being. Yeah, you got to know what is it about the time that you spend here is protagonistic enough to affect your being here. So I have taken, if I could just show you for a minute, I've looked at the span of life. There's only 88 keys on the piano. So I then went up to the basically I was looking at primes, yeah, prime numbers from zero to the lifespan of man. I mean, scientifically, I think the saying that we can live up to 140 years, but I think we've only ever realized 127. There was a French woman. She, I think I even, she lived in my time as well. I think late 2000s that she died. But she was 127, I think, something like that. But basically, if you look at your ages, well, one is a special number, it's Fibonacci prime, but they don't count it as prime, logical reasons. I think 0, 1, and 2 should be left out of things. 0 and 1, we should leave that for binary people, because 0 and 1 don't behave like the other numbers, and 2 to an extent. 0 and 1 are slightly different. 0 applies to when there's nothing there of something, and 1 applies to when there's one of something. Everything is one, yeah, and you know this lecture already, yeah, yeah. 5 ones, 6 ones, yeah. All the other numbers are composed of one, so one can't be divided into one divided into one is one, yeah, and one times anything is that number. So one's got special properties that the other numbers don't have, and so has 0. 0 doesn't, it's not a number because it applies to a state of there being nothing. So, but anyway, so you have those. So 2 is a prime, 3 is a prime, and these are the notes on the keyboard. If you can imagine, this is the keyboard. 5 is a prime, 7 is a prime. These are the ages you live, So imagine when you're 2 years old, I suppose you learn how to walk on them ones. 3, you learn how to talk properly. 5, some other things. I think you start nursery. 7, isn't that when you go to second primary school or secondary school or something? I don't know. But you start primary school proper. And then 11 as a special time. That's when you're finishing off primary. And 13 is when you become teenage. 17, just before 18 is always a special age. 19 just afterwards. 23, you get the drift. Yeah, so but I only went up to the highest prime that can fit into the keyboard of the piano, and that's 83. 89, and the piano only has 88 keys. So I couldn't go into that. Yeah, so what I did, I put them as keys on the piano, as you can see. Yeah, and made a song. The raw data was just the piano playing. Yeah. Just use any instrument can do as long as you can fit in the notes. So there you go. Right. This is what it sounds like. When it starts again, you can follow the notes with me. All right, you get it now, yeah? You get it. Right, so that's the raw data, yeah? And I've just shown you how I got it. Knowing me, you know me, I turned that into a song. So I'm gonna kind of freestyle about it and hope something nice comes out of it. Yeah, let's see. All right, yeah, that's the song for it. Yeah. You can hear it, isn't it? Yeah. Remember the road. Oh yeah. Yeah. But these are the ages of man. Yeah. They got primes in there. They got Fibonacci as well. There's other patterns you can find in there. Yeah. If you look hard. Yeah. So knowing that we'll go through life. Yeah. I was hoping to do more because I don't want to jinx myself. I don't want to tell myself that I'm only going to live to 89. But I just had to make a song. I was going to do it over 40. I think 47 is the nearest prime. I've just been through that one because, you know, I'm just doing it up to the age that I am now. Yeah, 47 is a very important number. There's some story I had to tell you about the election they had last year in the United States, and it was full of all kinds of weird coincidences and that. Yeah. The magic number was 46, and that was like very, very, very prominent. 46 was the 46th president, and that is Joe Biden. That was the 46. Yeah, and think about it. Trump was pulling 46. That's another 46 right there. Yeah, and I was 46 times 27. That's another 46. I was 46. I was 46 going to 37. 47. I don't want to know my age. Yeah, yeah. So in about 46 is when Satan reverse, and if you look at Kamala Harris's birthday, that's 64. What's that? 64 is 46 in reverse, the same as Tim Walz. There was 46s and there was 64s. So it was full of, and that was 46. And the next number was a prime, and that's 47, and that's Trump now. Yeah, and I've just passed that one, so yo, let me move away from that. It was freaked me out. There's too much coincidences in that. Yeah, so that every time you come close to a prime in your age, yeah, significant things start to happen. Yeah, 47. The special thing about it is that it's a prime, and that's the only thing. So the next prime up, I don't know. If I look at my calendar, it look like a calendar to me, but it's not. What's the next thing after 46? Let me have a quick look. Yeah, 47. I'm in shit. 53 is the next prime. So and that's ideal because 53 is also the next age of the next devil that I'm gonna have. 47 was the 7th one. Yeah. So 53, 54, 53, 54 will be the next one. Yeah, those are special numbers, primes. Yeah, and in fact that's very close to 55, which is a Fibonacci, you know, that comes after 34. So but this song will help you remember those significant events in your life. Yeah. It reminds you when you're coming next to a prime. Yeah. You've got to be careful them times. Sometimes the prime coincidentally synchronizes with other ones. Yeah, other things which are not so nice. Yeah, prime numbers are unique. Yeah, prime numbers, they can't be divided into anything other than the one that they are. One and themselves. So this is very unique, and it's like a fingerprint, I suppose. Yeah, I should just play this song up to the age that I've lived so far, so that I don't comment on what's coming after, because I can't see into the future. But when I'm talking like I'm talking now, yeah, sometimes things come into my mind and I start to spit them out and I realize it after. But if I don't edit it, that means I kept the mistakes in, and the mistakes are also something that can be resonating. The mistakes can start to act like they are following a plan, and you start to say, I make the same mistake all the time. That's when you find out what you're prone to. Yeah, sometimes the mistakes you're prone to can save your life. Yeah, I've been telling people all the time. Yeah, there's a famous president who had a little twitch. Yeah, every time he talks, he does this and then he does that sometimes. And one time he was coming close to getting shot and he just done that sometimes. Your mind was watching over him, and if you look at that time when he was getting popped, there was an X-flare popping off. An X-flare can make you move your finger a little bit like that, involuntary. An involuntary twitch can save your life. Yeah, an involuntary twitch can make you pop when you're not supposed to pop yet. Your finger just moved just in time. So highly blessed. The Almighty is on him and is blessed him highly. Yeah. So what can you do? Yeah. The other day, an X-flare popped up and was going to Davos and changed his mind. If you don't go against the law, you live right. Yeah. I got the same experiences, but it's not about me. I don't have nothing significant going on in my life like he does. Some people have it hard, and when I look at people like Trump, I'm thinking to myself, whatever I'm going through now, it can't be as hard as that. Trying to rule a country and then people are trying to take you out. So we can't grumble too much. It's not like the Almighty asked me to build an ark. He never asked me to part the Red Sea or send some motherfuckers from Babylon or something. All I have to do is keep my mind clear and free from bullshit, and I'm doing that now. So prime numbers also help me out. Every time I come to an age that's got a prime number, the demons start to turn up. When I was 37, when one more turned up, another visitor came into the house and started to be playing around. Yeah, used to leave the front door open for the cold to come inside and try to kill us. So when we're asleep at night and our joints ache and we fall, I don't know. Maybe I said too much. I don't want to offend anybody, but it just makes for a good song. I'm not up to anything. I don't want to jinx anyone, but I'm only talking about things that have happened before. I don't want to talk about things that have yet to come, because I'm not the Lord. I might be inspired by the Lord, but I'm 100% sure that I'm not the Most High. As far as you're concerned, I'm just another human being that He made. Yeah. And when you look for the Lord, I like to refer to the Bible that I read one time. Yeah, I used to be not involved in the church, but involved in Christianity. When I left the church, it started to act funny. But the Bible did tell me once that when you look for the Lord, you look for a blinding light, something that resembles a bush that never burns out. That's what you look for when you look for the Lord. You should never in your life, ever mistake any man for being the Almighty. Never. I never do that. When I saw Christ, I never mistook him for the Lord. Christ was there helping me out when other gods were attacking me. So I'm very, very grateful and thankful of what He did for my life. Without Him, I wouldn't be alive now. And I've seen Christ. I never told Him. I never called Him. I never looked at Him as. I never called Him the Most High. And He took me to the Most High. Yeah, I hate the blasphemy that's going around, but I'm a follower of Christ. I'm not the follower of your religion and the way you believe in that, but I follow Christ. I met Him already, and He took me to the Most High, so I'm no longer doing that. But I'll be a friend to the church. I'll be a friend to all the people of the book. Yeah, so I don't know why these vibes are just too wild. Yeah, let me cut the song now, because like whatever's coming out is just not useful, is it now? Alright, it's done. That's right. It's done.